Every club has now revealed their away kit for the upcoming 24-25 Premier League season. And you guys seem to absolutely love the tier list that I did for the home kits, so we're doing one for these away ones. So we're going to go through these one by one and rank them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for way more content coming your way very soon, and let's get into the first kit. We're starting off with Wolves this time. We're going back to front, and the same problems that I had with the home kit I have with the away kit. Why, oh why, has this company not made everything central on this kit? The colour scheme is amazing. I absolutely love it. This patterned design as well, it's awesome. I just wish that this pseudo was in the middle or the Wolves badge was back in its home position, but outside of that, I think it is lovely. The one other thing I would have loved to have seen is this trim that we've got around the collar to have it at the bottom of the sleeves as well. But I really like it. So Wolves, you're going into lovely. West Ham's away kit is clean as you like. There's a couple of things that prevent it from being absolute top tier. And those for me are, as again with the home shirt, why is the sleeve sponsor not colour matched to the rest of the kit? It just feels really obnoxious and frustrating. But I do like that we've got these little bits at the bottom of the sleeves, the colourway of the badges and sponsors and stuff like that. A lack of a trim around the collar is not the end of the world. I do think the text on the West Ham badge, again, just like the home kit, is a little bit too hard to read, but I like a dark colourway shirt with either like white or gold as the pop colour. So I like this one. And this is also going to go into the lovely category. Next up, what on earth have my club done to our away kit? We're actually revealed our third kit, and I'm not going to do a separate video for third kits, but some of them, that's where they let the publishers and manufacturers just go for it. Ours is a beauty. I wish that it was our away kit. But instead we've got this, and I don't mind the top half. I think that having this sort of galaxy-esque design is okay. It's not for everyone, I understand that. But the bottom, I feel like it just intrudes too much. At the top, it's not as bad because it's sort of breaking in from the sides. But at the bottom, it's not good. I've seen it in person, and sometimes when you see a kit in person compared to on a screen, you'll love it or you'll hate it even more. To me, it's still exactly the same. I'm not really a fan of this one. I don't think that it's absolutely disgusting, but in terms of a tier list, it's going to have to go near the bottom. And sadly, I'm going to put us in the top of what is that? Here we have Liverpool's away kit. I really didn't like the collar on the home one. I thought that it completely destroyed the kit. This one, very different. Obviously, this is a Nike shirt. We've got a nice colourway between the main sponsors, the badge, and the sleeve sponsor, as well as this intricate little single stripe along the shoulders, which is interesting. We also have a different colour for the bottom of the sleeves, which I think is a bit too big. Maybe if it was white, it wouldn't look as bad, but the fact it's a slightly different colour and it's that big, it looks like someone's rolled up their sleeves and that's the inside of the shirt to me. The collar is okay. I feel like if this was the same colour as the sleeves, it would look a lot worse, but the fact it's just a lighter shade of the main shirt colour is fine. I think this is really clean. Again, a dark colour scheme with a pop-out colour, I think are the best looking kits in football. This one not quite as dark, but much better than the home shirt. So for Liverpool, they're going to go towards the top of lovely. Next up we have Bournemouth. What am I looking at? It has to be said, this one is out there. Again, maybe more of like a third kit than an away kit. The back is incredibly plain. Nothing going on in terms of patterns at the back, but they do have a little collar detail right there. This just looks bizarre. I like this version of the badge, like that colourway of the badge, and Umbro is fine, but I just don't understand what's going on here. I'm not a fan of it. I can't really exactly put words together as to what I dislike about this design. I just don't think it looks good. Maybe it's one that on the TV screen will look a little bit better from further away when you can't see the details. But Bournemouth's going to have to go alongside ours in, what is that? Nottingham Forest's away shirt is a very interesting set of colours that they've got going on here. Once again, this sponsor we talked about in the home kits one, why do they have the name of it and then the name of it.com underneath? It's bizarre. They've also colour matched the sleeve sponsor, the Adidas logo on the badge, and these other intricate details, but not the main shirt sponsor, which I'm never a fan of. This pattern is interesting. I don't hate it. It's better than some of the other Adidas things that I've seen. On the back, it is standard Adidas this season, where you've got the side panels and then the bottom at the back, and then the main back is just completely clean, ready for the names and numbers. No collar detail on this one, and here's Gibbs White in it. I don't think it's that bad. I think this is average. So, bang average for Forest. Manchester City have done a throwback with their away kit. This is a 25th anniversary of the historic playoff final, and they were wearing the neon yellow and navy striped kit. So, hey, you may have seen recently, with all the Saudi stuff, you may have thought this was like an Al Ittihad kit, and no one would blame you for it. But it is basically just a throwback to an old Man City kit. So it's kind of harsh to really rate it on its own, rather than it being a reimagining of it. But we've got Puma. I think Puma kits are actually relatively decent. The Etihad having it blocked out in the middle is quite nice, because I believe on the original one, whatever the sponsor was didn't have a block section. It was just on top. Sleeve sponsor fits in nicely. The little sort of Gabonese flag at the bottom of the sleeves is nice. I really, really like the collar on this kit as well. And even though the colours are quite striking, I feel like it works well. The width of the stripes is quite nice for where the badge and the Puma logo sit. I actually really like this one, which is probably the most, like, what's the word, garish kit that I've actually found myself liking. So I'm actually going to put Man City up in lovely. Manchester United on the other side of the city have smashed this. Adidas, well done. I genuinely think there is literally only one downside to this kit. I think the colour scheme is really, really nice here. Again, there are some times where a badge is changed to fit a colour scheme and it doesn't look quite right. I think this one does. The fact you've got your sleeve sponsor, your main sponsor, it all looks so clean. And this pattern in the background is subtle enough that it doesn't really ruin the whole thing. If they had made these like M's design that they've got going on here a completely different colour, like if it was the same colour as the highlights, then it would be horrible. But I think that that's really nice. My one downside to this is the side and bottom of the back, which again is the Adidas template, as we keep saying. I don't know why they've decided to make that lighter and not patterned. You could have just had it this darker colour, but not have the pattern on it. But it's a nitpick. They also have a lovely little collar detail on the back and a proper collar on the front. I think this is one of the best kits in the league this year. Man United's home and away are really, really good. So that is going straight to the top of the tier list. Another Nike number here in Brighton's away kit. It's okay. I feel like this is sort of standard with Brighton, and you could have told me that this kit was from 5 years ago and I would have believed you. The colour scheme is fine, the sponsor is fine. Again, I'm glad that it has the block, which is nice. The bottom of the sleeves are good. The collar is not a proper collar, but it works well with this little swooshy bit going down to the sides. I like the colour scheme. Can we get a look at the back? We can. See, these are the kind of things, though, that I'm not a fan of. I don't know why you have the stripes if they're only going to go like a third of the way up the back. I don't really like that one, to be honest. There's no collar detail here. It's it's okay. I'm going to put it in decent. Next to look at is Crystal Palace, and I really did not like their home kit. It was a controversial take, I know. I said it in the video. I knew that a lot of people would say, what the hell am I talking about? People either love it or hate it. I think the same is going to be said about their away kit. They've obviously got the massive eagle, like their badge basically blown up as a slight highlight going over the main portion of the shirt and the sleeves as well. All of the sponsors and trims and things like that, they do line up in terms of colours, which is good. But I just don't like the main colour, to be honest with you. And I'm not a fan of this, the eagle being used as part of the shirt design. It's not great for me. And yeah, here's another picture of some of the players wearing it. I actually think it looks a little bit better here because the eagle seems less noticeable than in that picture. So here, I don't actually think it's as bad. I don't know what's going on with the dual logo on the shorts, though. That's bizarre. But we're rating the shirt. So Palace, I'll put it in bang average. Fulham, taking inspiration from Bournemouth with this one. Another Adidas shirt. I hate the sleeve sponsor. It's just a massive square patch on the side. I think that's horrible. But the black and red stripes, they look okay. Again, having the right width so that the badge and sponsors fit between them nicely, I like that as a touch. Having this two-tone collar is quite good as well, with the stripes on top, of course. And the main sponsor not looking too bad either. I think this is just a fairly average kit. It's okay. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it either. So Fulham can go into decent. Chelsea's away kit is bizarre. The main colour, I think, is fine. The collar, really nice. The little trim at the bottom of the sleeve, it's fine. But what's going on with the badge? I don't understand the red outline on the Nike tick, which I believe is maybe also there on the home one, the red outline. And then the red version of the badge here is really weird. There's no collar detail on the back. There's no detail on the back. It's a really clean kit. I just wish that these weren't red themed, and I don't really understand why they are. Because outside of this, I think this is one of the cleanest kits that we've looked at today. I really like it. But this just... I don't understand it. Maybe someone can let me know if there's any significance for this, or if it is just a colour palette that they've chosen. It's a shame. I genuinely think this drags it down for being an elite tier kit. How far does it drag it, though? To lovely or decent? I still think it's pretty nice. We'll go lovely for Chelsea. Tottenham trying to cook something up with their Nike away shirt. Once again, what is it with the partially centralised stuff? If you either took the Nike logo away completely and just had Spurs in the middle with their main sponsor, or put the badge back up here, this kit would be so much better. But like, the back's fine as well. You've kept the pattern on the back. You've got nice little trims on the collar and the sleeves. No collar detail on the back. The side panels look fine on this kit. The colour scheme and everything, it's actually quite nice. I don't know if it's the OCD in me, but why? Who decided this? Maybe even if this was something else and then you had the badge there. So you had like two bits up here and then a central thing and then central for the main sponsor. I don't know. I don't dislike, like, overall the kit I think is actually really nice. I just hate this. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to put it down in decent for the centralisation. Next up is Brentford, and I wish that this one was their away kit, but sadly, it's their third. This is the one we're looking at today. And it's okay, but again, you know, black and gold for me is the GOAT colour scheme for a kit. This one's fine, right? Like, it's okay. They've got an okay collar on there. They've got little stripes at the bottom. The little B at the back for the collar detail. Outside of that, it's relatively plain. I don't really know what the difference is between those two there. But it just feels like... Why choose this one and not the black one? It's an okay kit. All of the colour scheme and everything lines up fine. I don't dislike it, I just prefer their third kit. Which the person that made this tier list has made an error, because they've put the third kit as the away kit. I will put it at decent, but if it was the black one, that might be top tier. Ipswich! This is an interesting colour scheme that they've gone for here. Sleeve sponsor, first thing that has to be said, it fits in with the rest of the colours. Good, you've started off well. You've got a random different colour for the collar and sleeve trim, I guess, more for their main colour of their badge and kit. And then you've got this pattern design, which I don't mind. It does seem a bit odd that it completely cuts off at the sleeves here. On the back, you've got a couple of stars at the top, and outside of that, it's relatively plain. I don't mind this kit. I feel like I shouldn't like it because of the patterns that are going on in the background and this cut off here. But maybe it's just the colour scheme that I don't mind it. I'm going to put this in lovely, to be honest. Newcastle! What on earth is this, then? So, here's their away kit, and I don't really know what's going on. Why do you have stripes that don't extend all the way to the edge? This looks bizarre. I don't really like the spacing between them here. The main sponsor, like, why not make it so that that fits perfectly between a couple of stripes? You've also got this patch still on the away kit on the sleeve sponsor that's just pretty grim, to be honest. That was one thing that ruined the home kit for me. There's no collar sponsor on the back. Here it is, the terrible patch with a slightly recoloured badge as well. It feels like an attempt at maybe like a Bayern Munich shirt from the past, but I just don't think it works very well. I'm not a fan of that one, so we're going to put it in bang average, because it's still better than those two. Arsenal's away kit. Right. This is the first time I've seen this. Like, at least with some of the others, I've seen them on social media and stuff like that. What on earth is going on here? This could have been an unbelievable kit if the Adidas logo, the cannon, and the stripes were white. This would actually be ridiculously clean. Why on earth have you gone red and green and white? I don't even mind these patterned bits here. I think they're actually okay. You've got white on the sleeve sponsor and your Aero Ready thing at the bottom here as well. It doesn't look as bad here, but oh man, if this was all white, this would be a fantastic kit. There's nothing on the back at the top either, sadly. But yeah, I like these pattern segments as well. I think this colour scheme has sadly ruined what would have been a beauty. Man, you could have been in the top tier with this one, Arsenal, but the colour scheme is going to have to knock you down a little bit. We're going to put it in lovely. There's a lot of decent away kits. And Everton may be joining that list as well. I've said it numerous times this video, what I love in a colour scheme on a kit. I'd be intrigued to know what it's like with the sleeve sponsor. There's no collar detail and there's no trim. I feel like the trim would make this look really, really nice. But this style of the badge and the Castorean stake, I think this is clean. The pattern of the kit as well, not too in your face, I like that. It also means that when you're watching on TV and stuff, it will just look like a slightly textured dark kit. I think this is top tier. Everton, you're going into absolute beauty. Penultimate kit in this video is Southampton, who are also Puma, and this is what we're looking at. So again, a pattern like we saw on the home shirt, on the back, but only on the back, I believe. Or maybe it was the other way around. This one doesn't have it on the back. They do have an outline version of their badge as a collar detail. You know me, at this stage, you know I love a collar detail. I actually think this might be one of the worst ones I've seen, though. Maybe it'd be better if it was just slightly smaller and just black instead of an outline. Just a black colour overlay of the badge. The sleeves having this pattern, and then the front. I don't hate the pattern on this one. I don't think it's that bad. The colour scheme of the collar, the trim at the bottom of the sleeve, the badge, the main sponsor is okay. I'm not sure what I feel about the club badge being recoloured, but maybe it looks better than it would if it was the base colours on this kit. I actually don't mind this one. It's not that bad. I'll put you in decent there, Southampton. And the last kit of the video is the last one that was revealed. It was actually coming out today. It's the reason I had to wait to do an away kit tier list. But we've got Aston Villa. Was it worth the wait then? Maybe not, to be honest. I don't mind the main colour. The badge, the sponsors here being black is okay, but why is the TM, instead of it being white lettering with a red background, if the background was black, or if it was just the TM, or TN, whatever it is, sorry, as black lettering, that would be really, really nice. I don't really like the light blue that they've got on the stripes on the sleeves. It doesn't look that great. The collar detail, yep, I'll give you that. That one's decent. I like a little fancy thing there. The normal collar is okay. I'm not a massive fan of this badge, though. I think this looks a little bit tacky, to be honest. I think what would look best on this kit, if you're going to have these little stripes at the top, I think they should have been black. I think this should have been black lettering. And I think this could have just been the lion with it just being a black overlay, like these sponsors. I think that would have actually looked really, really clean. Minimalist style. It's an okay kit. I don't hate it. I'll put it in decent. So there is the final tier list. Leicester and who even was this? Bournemouth at the bottom tier. Then we got Newcastle, Palace and Forest in bang average. The other Brentford kit, Spurs, Brighton, Fulham, Southampton and Villa in decent. And then in lovely we got Arsenal, Liverpool, Wolves, West Ham, Man City, Chelsea and Ipswich, all with like slight flaws. Like this Arsenal one could have so easily been up there. But the only two in the top tier for me are Man United and Everton. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you guys for another video very soon and a live stream to start off the Premier League season. I'll watch along for Man United v Fulham. Hopefully I'll see you there. If not, have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.